everyone, welcome back to Young for STEM, the place where we talk all things science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Today we're diving deep into a question that sounds like the plot of a disaster movie. What if the United States fails to pay its debt? But before you click away, this is more than just economics. It's about global trust, national security, and your future. Grab a snack, get comfy, and let's explore what really happens when the world's largest economy might not pay its bills. The US national debt is the total amount of money that the federal government owes to creditors. It's made out of public debt that is owed to investors and other nations in intergovernmental holdings, which is owed internally. As of 2025, the debt exceeded $34 trillion. Governments borrow to fund projects, but trouble starts when they can't or won't repay. What does failing to pay really mean? A default happens when a country can't pay its bondholders. In the US, failure to raise debt ceiling, a legal cap on borrowing, can stop the Treasury from paying debts, even if money is available. Some immediate effects of a US default can be global market panic, interest rates can spike, US dollar falls, or government services stall. Some real-world examples are in 2011 and 2023. Political standoffs nearly caused defaults. Even near defaults led to market losses and credit downgrades. Some global consequences to this could be loss of trust by foreign nations, chain reactions in global banks, or potential worldwide recession. For the US, long-term impact could be credit rating could drop, borrowing costs would rise, and the US dollar might lose its global status. But could it actually happen? Most financial experts agree that the US default is unlikely. Not because it's impossible, but because the political and economic consequences would be catastrophic. However, that doesn't mean it's not risky. Every time the debt ceiling debate turns into a game of political chicken, the US edges closer to shaking global confidence. Think of it like this. If you told your landlord every month, "I might not pay rent this time," eventually they'll stop trusting you, even if you always pay in the end. Same goes for global investors. Just threatening default causes markets to wobble. And here's the real concern. The more often this happens, the more likely a misstep or delay becomes. All it takes is one failed negotiation, one miscalculation, and suddenly the US could default not by intention, but by accident. But what can be done? There are several long-term solutions being discussed to avoid this recurring crisis. Debt ceiling reform. Some economists and lawmakers advocate eliminating the debt ceiling altogether. They argue that the Congress already approves spending, so refusing to pay later is irrational. Automatic debt ceiling increases. Others suggest automatic increases tied to the budget Congress passes, avoiding the political standoff. Fiscal discipline. Some argue the government should reduce borrowing altogether by either raising taxes or cutting spending. This would reduce the need to raise the debt ceiling in the first place. Civic engagement. Ultimately, voters have power. Understanding how public debt works and how it impacts everyday life, from interest rates to job growth, makes you a more informed citizen and voter. Financial education and active citizenship can drive real change. So what would happen if the USA failed to pay its debt? The answer is nothing good. We'd see global panic, higher costs of everyday people, and potentially a global recession. But more than that, we'd see a fundamental breakdown of trust in the global economic system. The good news, it's preventable. Through better policy, smarter governance, and an informed public, this disaster can be avoided. If you learned something new today, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What do you think would happen if the US defaulted? Thanks for watching Young for STEM, where future thinkers come to grow. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.